the Bombay Catholic Sabha says that after they got the notice, they went to the AMC here, Mr. Sharad Ugade, and raised their objections. But instead of being heard, he went ahead and demolished this cross without any prior notice or any prior talks with them to resolve the issue.
Assistant Municipal Commissioner was justifying his action. We impressed upon him that this holy cross which he has demolished was on a private property, and therefore the orders passed by the Supreme Court as well as Bombay High Court do not apply.
Everything was authentic, all documents were legitimate. So our local people here felt totally let down that Mr. Ugade didn't care to get back and straight away sent a demolition notice, which was incidentally addressed not to any person.
I feel there's some strong injustice done here, and we will take legal action to see that we get this righted, and we will eventually have this put up by the very people who took it down.
So it must be that it has been here for a long time, longer than when I married. And that, I think, covers a lot. I don't really know why it was broken down, but I hope they will restructure it again.
In this case, we have followed a due process of law. And as per the directions of the government GR, and as per the High Court order, we have followed the due process of law.
You're watching The Urban Debate on Mirror Now. I'm Faye D'Souza. Thank you for joining us. There's been a 222-year-old structure that's been demolished in Bandra West in Almeida Park. I want to give you a quick understanding of what Almeida Park is. It's a very, very old, peaceful neighborhood filled with old bungalows and residents who've been there their entire lives. People in their 60s and their 70s who've grown up in that neighborhood. There was no explanation ordered. There was a notice sent in the name of the structure, not to any particular individual, and then the BMC rolled in with a crane and 100 police officers and demolished the structure in front of wailing, crying citizens who kept telling them that their demolition was illegal. The BMC says they were following due process. The citizens say that the cross and the structure was on private land. It was 122 years old, so it was not an encroachment, and the BMC had absolutely no right to do what they did. To make matters worse now, we understand the Municipal Commissioner of the BMC has turned around and given his people 1 month's time to look into the papers and decide whether the cross was legal or not. After you demolished it is the question we're asking this evening. If there was even the smallest sliver of a chance that this structure was in fact legal, was in fact on private land, shouldn't you have been asking these questions before you demolished it? This conversation is simply about what is legal and what is not. Does the BMC have the right in the name of development? And remember, this is a municipal corporation that has not had a development plan for the last 4 years. This is a municipal corporation that has left an entire city in disarray a month before the monsoon. Given all of the other work that's more pressing, should you be going out and carrying out demolitions without fully understanding the legality of the structure you are tearing down? We're not even talking about sentiment and what it meant to the people who lived there. We're talking about simply just following due process. Did the BMC have any right to do what they did? And what stops them tomorrow from rolling into your house or my house and tearing it down before they actually get around to figuring out whether it's legal or not? Due process. We have a law. We have the courts. We expect our governments to follow the law. Joining me on the show this evening, Mumtaz Rabar Khan is the corporator of Bandra West. Rabar Khan is the former corporator of Bandra West. They both join us on the show. Sanjay Prabhakar is the spokesperson of the BJP. Swapnil Kothari is the managing partner of S. Kothari & Company, a senior lawyer. Nicholas Almeida is the trustee at the Watchdog Foundation that has filed several PILs with the High Court. We'll also have Kishori Pednekar of the Shiv Sena join us through the course of the conversation, as will citizens from Bandra. I'm going to start with Nicholas Almeida. Nicholas Almeida, was the structure legal? Did the BMC have any right?
The structure was legal. It's a Gautan. And in the Gautan, that is the local inhabitants of Mumbai. the original inhabitants of Mumbai, their house and in front of the house, touching their wall was a cross, holy cross. And in those days, holy crosses were on the roads. That time there were no roads, there were all fields and jungles in the city of Mumbai. As urbanization grew, more and more people started coming up.
Allow me to challenge you, please, Nicholas Amira. Is there proof that this cross was 122 years old?
Yes.
What is the proof?
The proof is the house papers, the plan, the assessment tax which they pay, and the city survey plan which he has.
The city survey plan includes this cross and the structure around it in the city survey plan?
Yes.
Okay. So now tell me, did the BMC at all send any notices to the citizens before the structure was torn down?
Since 2002, this matter has come up in the Bombay High Court. Bhavanji Rayani had filed this petition for all illegal shrines in the city of Mumbai. In the city of Mumbai as well as in Maharashtra. In 2003, I intervened in that and I got an order on Diwali day from Justice Devdar, because on a Saturday I got this demolition notice that all the crosses in the city of Mumbai will be demolished. And Monday was the demolition. So I went to Justice Devdar's house in Kulaba and got a stay by showing all the city survey maps of Mumbai, the previous maps.
So if you got a Swapnil Kothari, if he got a stay against the demolition of all of these crosses in Bandra West, was the BMC in contempt then?
BMC would not be in contempt for that reason, because after that several orders must have been modified, and the matter reached right up to the Supreme Court, where they were told that anything which is post 2009 needs to be demolished, but anything prior to that, which is prior to 1964, needs to be. Now this particular cross obviously falls into that category where it is a category A, that it needs to be relocated. Now how the BMC got to demolish that, in that sense, the BMC is definitely in contempt of that particular order, which said that you only relocate those. So I would hold it in contempt of that particular order, whether it's negligent, inadvertent, or whatever it is. But this is something which the BMC should have taken care of before it went ahead. And that too, BMC had that last chance at that time when all the residents were saying that, look, this is legal. So at that point in time, it should have said that, okay, let's stop it here. Let's what the municipal commissioner is doing now, he should have done it at that time. That let's examine this, the legality of it, and then go ahead and demolish it. So there should not be any torrid haste in demolition of this kind of a thing, especially when people are raising a big hue and cry about it. Naturally, people wouldn't be wrong.
Well, I'm going to invite our viewers right now to join us on the phone line, because as always, let me point out that the citizens who are going to join us on the show, like everybody else in the city of Mumbai, are stuck in traffic because the BMC cannot possibly get around to doing their jobs right. If they did their jobs right, people would arrive wherever they needed to be on time. I want to bring in Rubair Khan and his wife Mumtaz. Rubair Khan, who are former corporator Bandra West. This is your constituency. What were you doing? Weren't you aware of this sort of a demolition drive? Wasn't it your responsibility to represent the people of your constituency in the BMC? Why didn't you do more before the drive rolled into Bandra?
On 3rd of April, the municipal commissioner, ward officer, held a meeting with the caretakers of the cross. The Bombay Catholic Sabha members were present, and myself and other corporators from the other areas of H-West ward were present. And we put forward to him all the issues. He told us about the court case, the order in the court case, and he said till November I have been given time to get these crosses and mandirs and other structures which are in B category to be removed.
Do you believe, Rubair Khan, that this cross was in B category? Or do you believe that the cross was illegal, Rubair Khan? Was the cross illegal? Should the BMC have been allowed to demolish it?
The cross was not illegal. The BMC has done an illegal act. This cross was legal. It was on a private plot, CTS number 650, Demonti Street. Earlier, this is a Gautan, Kolwad Gautan, and the street which was later built is called Demonti Street. Earlier in the Gautins, there was no roads. All the small bungalows were there opposite each other, and this road was built later on. And the area which is Bazaar Road is just adjacent to the Arabian Sea, the Creek of Mahim. This was reclaimed, and this is called reclamation land. Just besides Demonte Street is the reclamation land. So earlier this was a Koli village and the Gautin, which was later, the urbanization took place and these roads were made. So, and I am born and brought up here. I have, from the time I am born and I came into my senses, I have been seeing this cross. The locals, the owner of the cross is there, the dates are there, the property card is there, all the documents are available with them. On the 3rd of April, we specifically told the Assistant Municipal Commissioner that these documents are there, you please interpret the court order, and this cross and another cross in Chapel Road have wrongly been put in the B category list. And we told him this.
So
we told him this.
We've established this. You're saying that this entire thing was...
And give me...
This entire thing was illegal, and the BMC had absolutely no right to break this down. Then who messed up? Who in the BMC messed up? How did this happen?
This act of BMC was illegal. Pardon?
Who in the BMC messed up? How did this happen?
Hello? That's what I was explaining to you. He assured us in 48 hours he will get back to us and he will tell us what is the status. We were waiting for him from 3rd April. He didn't this. Then on Saturday, suddenly in the morning, the cops came there first and then the BMC squad came. We rushed to the place. We tried convincing these people for 1.5 hours, but there was nobody. We called the Assistant Municipal Commissioner. He came down there. We showed him the papers. The locals were there. The Bombay Catholic Sabha members were there. The caretakers were there. We showed him the papers. We explained to him that's the private property. With the CTS plan, we showed him. We showed the property card. Everything we showed him. We mentioned to him, just give us 2 days time. We will go to the courts and get this thing out of the B category list. But he didn't listen and he went ahead with the demolition.
You know, I want to bring in here Sanjay Prabhakar, spokesperson of the BJP. Sanjay Prabhakar, what gives the BMC right to not follow the law? There is a very clear law that has been set down. What is stopping the BMC tomorrow from breaking your house or breaking my house?
जी देखिए, कानून का पालन प्रशासन को करना चाहिए और करना पड़ता है और करना पड़ेगा, सबसे पहली बात। और जिस स्ट्रक्चर की बात आप कह रहे हैं जिसे तोड़ दिया गया वो लीगल था, अधिकृत था। अगर उसे तोड़ दिया गया है तो बीएमसी के कमिश्नर ने ये भी कहा है, जैसे मुझे खबर लगी है, कि जिसने भी तोड़ा है, जिस दस्ते ने तोड़ा है, उसमें जो भी इसमें दोषी पाया जाएगा उस पर कार्रवाई की जाएगी और कड़ी कार्रवाई की जाएगी। साथ में ही देखिए, क्या हम एक ही स्ट्रक्चर की बात कर रहे हैं? दूसरी बात, मैं आपसे सवाल करना चाहता हूं, क्या हम सिर्फ एक ही स्ट्रक्चर की बात कर रहे हैं? ये अगर ये लीगल है,
Are you telling me, आप मुझे ये बोल रहे हैं कि अभी डिमोलिशन करने के बाद गवर्नमेंट ये देखेगी कि ये इलीगल थी या लीगल थी?
जी नहीं, देखिए,
ये डिमोलिशन करने से पहले होनी चाहिए थी।
देखिए, मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रहा हूं, जिस तरीके से मुझे खबर है, जिस तरीके से मैंने पढ़ा है खबरों में भी, और जो खबरें मुझे मिली हैं उसके मुताबिक ये है कि प्रशासन के तरफ से जो है अलग अलग जो धार्मिक स्थल हैं जिसे प्रशासन के मुताबिक प्रशासन ने इलीगल घोषित किया है, उसको उन्होंने संबंधित नोटिस भेजे हैं पिछले दिनों में, कुछ महीनों पहले भी और पिछले कुछ सालों में भी भेजे हैं। तो उस सभी इलीगल अनधिकृत जो स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं उनको भेजे थे।
मेरे हाथ में एक लिस्ट है, लिस्ट ऑफ टेम्पल्स, मस्जिद्स एंड क्रॉसेस इन H&W वार्ड ऑफ बांद्रा। This is an affidavit that was filed by the BMC in the High Court. इसमें 67 नाम है। ये जो क्रॉस है इसमें नहीं है।
जी देखिए, मैं यही कह रहा हूँ।
This is not in the list. You please tell me why are we even having this conversation now? If the BMC obviously does not know how to do its job.
आप सुने भी, आप सवाल कर रहे हैं तो उत्तर भी सुनिए, या तो फिर मैं चुप हो जाता हूँ, आप बोलिए।
दे दीजिए उत्तर।
मेरा यह कहना है कि अगर बीएमसी के तरफ से जिस स्ट्रक्चर की बात आप कर रहे हैं वो लीगल था, दावा भी किया जा रहा है, सबूत भी ये कह रहे हैं, तो उस पर जो दोषी है उस पर कार्रवाई की जाएगी। लेकिन क्या हम सिर्फ एक स्ट्रक्चर की बात कर रहे हैं? आपसे सवाल कर रहा हूं।
मैं एक ही स्ट्रक्चर की बात
कई स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं मुंबई में जिस पर कार्रवाई हुई है, 70 साल पुराने, उसको भी तोड़ा गया है, उसको भी लेकर आप सवाल उठाना चाहिए। अगर
हम कर लेंगे, क्यों नहीं करेंगे? क्यों नहीं करेंगे?
बताना
क्यों नहीं करेंगे? अगर कुछ इलीगल हो रहा है हमारे देश में, तो हम उसका मुद्दा उठाएंगे अपने शो पे।
उठाना चाहिए।
तो अभी जो आज का शो है, इस स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, इस स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं।
सवाल किया उसका जवाब
डाइवर्ट मत कीजिए।
नहीं,
आप डाइवर्ट मत कीजिए।
आप सुनिए, आपने जो सवाल किया है उसका जवाब सुनिए। पहला ये कि अगर इलीगल है, अगर मेरे शब्दों पे ध्यान दीजिएगा, और बीएमसी ने तोड़ा है, तो इस पे तो सीधी सी बात है, उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट के निर्देश का पालन किया है प्रशासन ने। और अगर लीगल है और उसे तोड़ दिया है, तो जिसने तोड़ा है, जिस दस्ते ने तोड़ा, उस पर कार्रवाई होगी। इस बात को लेकर म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर ने कहा है। मैं किसी दल के हिसाब से नहीं कह रहा हूं। देखिए, हम बीजेपी के हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के मैं प्रवक्ता हूं, पार्टी की तरफ से बोल रहा हूं, और हमारी पार्टी शुरू से ही भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ है और अन्याय के खिलाफ है। इसमें एक बात साफ साफ है, जिसकी भावनाओं को ठेस पहुंची है, और अगर लीगल को तोड़ दिया गया है तो हमें काफी अफसोस है, उस पर कार्रवाई होगी। और जिस तरीके से आप भी जानते हैं कि प्रशासन जो है वो कानून का पालन करता है, और इसमें सीधे सीधे सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट के निर्देश के अनुसार किया गया है। और फिर दोहरा रहा हूं, अगर ये इलीगल था तो बात अलग है, लीगल को तोड़ा गया है तो उस पर कार्रवाई होगी। ये म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर ने भी कहा है।
Nicholas Almeida, the unfortunate part about this is, again, our municipal commissioner comes up looking completely inadequate, because he turns around after this entire demolition has happened, and we're not talking here about people's emotions, we're talking about legality. He now turns around and says, I give my team 1 month to figure out whether it was legal or not. Could you not have given your team a month between when you wrote out this list, which was in 2003, to last week when the demolition actually happened? Was not that enough? Was that not enough time for you, that you now want a month after your team rolled in and demolished the structure? Nicholas.
Madam, in 2011, a committee was formed, a GR was then 5th May 2011, formed by the High Court. The High Court told the commissioner that the municipal commissioner, the traffic commissioner, the police commissioner and other officers should form a state-wise committee, and they should look into the legality of each and every religious structure. Till today, till date, not a single meeting has been held by the municipal commissioner or the police commissioner or the transport commissioner. Why? On 26th April, we wrote an RTI and we got an answer that till date no meeting has been held. I held Ajay Mehta responsible for all this thing. It's dereliction of his duty. As Prabhakar said, that municipal commissioner is going to take action. When? Time bound, you tell me now.
Yes. When will he conclude his investigation? When will he take action? And when will we see justice? Also, if we are actually going to acknowledge Swapnil Kothari, we're going to acknowledge the fact, and you know, the people of Almeida Park are a very, very close-knit people. I know that the people in Bandra are very involved with their community. Had the BMC sat down with these people and made them some sort of offer saying, let's move it, maybe 10 feet, 15 feet off the side of the road, it's very likely that these people would have agreed. There's something terribly wrong here with the fact that the BMC believes it is above the law, Swapnil.
Yes, it has you know, completely you know, abdicated its own duty and responsibility. It should have sat with these members. I am myself a Bandra resident, and I know the people around me are pretty you know, cooperative in that aspect. And you know, I have one suggestion from Mr. Almeida. If you think that the 2011 GR has not been followed and the directive of the court has not been followed, why don't you just approach the court back again and say that this has not been done? And I'm sure the court will pull up the BMC there, and you know, it will take BMC, it will you know, pull BMC by its socks and tell that look, you know, you needed to follow this order, and you know, there is no way in the world. And Faye, I would have you know, I have a very you know, I would want to know if the list that you pointed out, you know, of all those structures, have they all been demolished? That is something which I would want to know. So in that also, in that aspect also, given the fact that if they've made the notation that these are illegal structures and they need to be demolished, then have they demolished that, or they just demolished some of it and then they went ahead with this kind of a thing, with this demolition which was not there at all. So the BMC really needed, you know, there is a section in the BMC Act, I do not remember which, but that you know, directs the state, the BMC to pay compensation to the people to whom this kind of a damage or the injustice has been done. So this is something which I would strongly recommend Mr. Almeida to go to the court and first of all talk about this 2011, and the residents of the Almeida Park can definitely go to the court of law and say that this has been done and seek redress and compensation for this, because now putting up, and the first thing that they need to ask is to put up that cross again back there where it was, if there is no adequate place to be found other than that.
Yes, in fact, we have a lot of people who've joined us on the phone line from all over the country right now who are outraged at what happened. But I want to bring out that Sharad Ugade, who is the Assistant Municipal Commissioner of the BMC responsible for this particular demolition drive, turned around and said, as per directions of the court, 32 temples and 6 crosses were to be removed. After the court order, letters were sent to all structures. A meeting was arranged with the representatives and the court order was explained, and both the temple and the cross were removed. Action will continue on other structures. We have to follow due process of the law. I really appreciate that we have an officer of the government who keeps repeating that he has to follow due process of the law. I only also wish that he did in fact follow due process of the law. He has obviously misinterpreted the court order. He has not checked his paperwork. And if he comes out right now as someone who has not done due process, I want to understand what punishment will be given by the BMC Commissioner to this officer who not only hurt the sentiments of a lot of people but simply broke the law. Savio Gonzalez is on the phone line right now from Mumbai. Savio, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, this is something which is very ridiculous, the thing that has happened here. The sentiments of the Christian community, I would not say only Christian, but sentiments of the entire people of all faiths, because this cross has been revered by not only the Catholics, but it has been revered by Muslims, by Hindus, by people of all faiths. And these people, they come with their sword and they demolish the cross in such a rude manner. It has really hurt us. It has really hurted us. I would not say demolition, but I would say this is a total desecration of the cross that they have done. The way that they have mishandled the ladies, the senior citizens, they pushed them. I mean, it is all on camera. It is all, you can see it live. It's gone all over the world. I mean, this is not the way. They were pleading. The ladies were pleading to them. They're begging at them that please stop it. Don't demolish this cross, because this is a century-old cross and it is not on public property. And again repeating, it is not on public property. It is on private property. How come he has misinterpreted the order and has applied this order on this private property? I really fail to understand. I want an explanation from Mr. Sharad Ugade. Okay, you tell me the difference between a private property and a public property. I want to ask this question to Mr. Sharad Ugade. You tell me the difference between. If he does not know what is the difference, then I'm sorry to say that he should not be sitting in that office.
I think he's very right. Savio is very right. There's an explanation that is due, not just to the people of Bandra, but to the people across the country. And our phones are ringing right now. Swapna, I just want to take one more call. Sure. Our phones are ringing from people across the country. Dixon is on the phone line from Nagpur. Dixon, go ahead. Dixon, Hello. Can you hear me? Yes, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yes, I want to ask Mr. Sanjay Prabhakar.
Yes.
I just want to ask him, I agree with what Savio Gonzalez had said, but I want to know what is the undertaking of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. Why isn't he speaking anything? It's not only a cross. These people need to understand the symbol of the cross. The symbol of cross signifies the sacrifice of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Right. Okay. No, so, Dixon, we are focusing on the legality of it, I understand. And it's simply the one thing that unites us all in this country is the law. The law is very clear. If it is illegal, it must be demolished and nobody can stand in its way. And the government is fully within its rights to demolish something that is illegal, irrespective of what sentiment is attached to it. If it is legal, on the other hand, then we have to all follow the law. Swapnil Kothari.
Yeah, I just remembered one thing. You pointed out a list and you said that in that list, this particular cross was not there. So that means when the BMC prepared the list, it knew that this particular cross was on private land. So then how the hell did it go and demolish that cross? That is a very big question. When you yourself don't make that list, and I'm sure they must have looked at that list twice, unless there is another list somewhere which includes this particular cross and it has been filed with the court surreptitiously. which I don't think so that must be the case, but I think this is something, the very fact that this 2003 list did not include that means it knew that it was on a private land. So I'm surprised that how did it go and demolish this cross in the first place? And I'm not on the religious sentiments at all. I'm just on the fact that something of this nature, which is there standing on a on a private land, cannot be demolished, period. That's the end of it.
Actually, so let me understand this. I want to ask this question of Nicholas Almeida. Nicholas Almeida, you say that it's private land. At the same time, it's on the road. We can all of us can see that it's on the street. How is it private land on the street at the same time?
Madam, Bandra in those days was, in the olden days, there were many pirates coming into Bandra village. So every house had a veranda. So a veranda, this side, the opposite house has a veranda. So that time, to give a call to the villagers and to unite, see some robbers have been entering through the sea that time. It was a remote village like that. So it was in those days. But I am telling as a
so those verandas have now turned into the street that's in Almeida Park.
That veranda is there, madam. It's on the city survey record in the plans and all. But I'll tell you one more thing. That, madam, legal crosses. I'll give an example on the Andheri Kurla road in front of Vishal Hall. The Metro 1 project was going. There was a legal cross, 100-year-old. It was in the A category. When the Metro 1 project officials met us, and we decided we are for the development of the city. We are not against the development of the city. They told us, see, this is coming inside the project, you may go behind. We told them, you make a legal document, tell the MMRD to sign, the local police officer to sign, the BMC, and give this record to the city survey that we have shifted this cross, and today the cross goes behind, and the work of the Metro 1.
So did the BMC in any way allow for some sort of conversation to move this cross out of the way if they believed it was in the way of development?
Not at all. Any illegal shrine, if it's there, prior to 2009, you take into confidence even a mandir person or a masjid person, tell him that ये रास्ते में आ रहा है, हमको थोड़ा पीछे जाने का, आप relocate करो, आपको 15 दिन का टाइम देता, relocation करके आप वापस BMC के रिकॉर्ड पे रखो कि ये relocate किया कोर्ट के ऑर्डर से. People will do that. People are not against development. People want development. But every ward officer after 3 years he changes, the maintenance engineer changes. From 2000 till date, I am given 11 times my documents. Why should I give my documents?
Why should you have to fight this in court, Swapnil Kothari? Why should anyone have to fight legality in court?
Yes, I agree with you there, but unfortunately the BMC seems to be in a slumber mode, and teams tends to be reckless and negligent in this aspect and totally callous about it. So for the benefit of the viewers, I'd like to point out that the city survey number that he's pointing out, every particular property which is there in the BMC records, and it's bound to be there because this, BMC came into, existence from 1888, because this act was BMC Act 1888. So every single thing would be there, and this CTS number, which we call technically a cadastral survey number or a city survey number, would show that would show the existence of this cross. That is one aspect. The other aspect that I would like to point out is that the process of law has not been simply followed, because these kind of notices have been issued under section 488, where the BMC has the powers to go and demolish and to take whatever action it needs to. But before it does that, it needs to notify and issue a notice.
So I have a very simple thing. So A, you need to issue a notice. B, have a conversation. You are the city council. You are what is called the fathers of the city. Have a conversation with the people. Negotiate with them. Find a better place for that structure if it is in your way. Sanjay Prabhakar, there is a very true thing that Nicholas Almeida has said, which is that every time in the past when the MMRDA was constructing, if there was a conversation that was had, then the people and the BMC can reach some sort of an agreement. There is no need for them to go out and do what they did in this particular case.
ये देखिए, आपने जो कहा बिल्कुल सही है कि अगर इलीगल है तो सीधे सीधे ये ऑर्डर भी है, अदालत का निर्देश है, आदेश है, और सरकार को भी अपने स्तर पर, बीएमसी को भी अपने स्तर पर इस पे कार्रवाई करने का पूरा अधिकार है. लेकिन जहां बात डेवलपमेंट की होती है, अगर जैसे डेवलपमेंट की बात होती है, बहुत बार ये होता है कि अलग अलग स्ट्रक्चर्स को, चाहे वो कोई भी धर्म का जो है वो स्थल हो, धर्म स्थल बनाया गया हो, तो उसको या तो फिर शिफ्ट करते हैं, और इलीगल है तब तो तोड़ना इसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं है.
आई एग्री विद यू
जी. और अगर जिस तरीके से आपने कहा,
100% तोड़नी चाहिए।
आप जो कह रही हैं बिल्कुल सही है कि वहां के जो आसपास के जो वहां के जनप्रतिनिधि हैं, जो कॉर्पोरेटर हैं, एमएलए हैं, अगर उस तरफ की अगर लीगल स्ट्रक्चर्स को लेकर कोई सवाल उठा रहा है, कोई कार्रवाई की जा रही है, कोई नोटिस भेजा जा रहा है, अगर भेजा जा रहा है तो उसको लेकर जनप्रतिनिधि से लोगों को, वहां के लोगों से बात करनी चाहिए और वहां के जनप्रतिनिधि को प्रशासन से जाकर जो सही अधिकारी हैं, जो कमिश्नर हैं, उनसे जाकर बात करनी चाहिए। लीगल है तो इसको नोटिस कैसे भेज रहे हैं आप?
एब्सोल्युटली।
तो ये बात होना चाहिए।
आपने बोला अगर नोटिस भेजा जा रहा है, अगर नहीं भेजना ही चाहिए।
मतलब
अगर भेजा जा रहा है, अगर का सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता, यू हैव टू गिव अ नोटिस।
मैं ये जनरल बात कर रहा हूं, अगर नोटिस भेजा गया है तो उसका फिर जनप्रतिनिधियों को जाकर प्रशासन से बात करना चाहिए।
Let me bring in Rubair Khan here. Rubair Khan, who is the former cooperator of this neighborhood. Please tell us, was there a conversation facilitated between the municipal commissioner and the people of Bandra? Did he at all give these people a chance to say they're willing to move it?
In our case, it was, they had given, we have already shown them all the papers, and this was on private land, so there was no reason for them to break it. Still they did that.
And how many notices?
We have given them all the
papers.
And all the
you gave them all the papers,
saying that this cross was on private land.
And still they went out and broke it. And the BMC commissioner did not offer the citizens a conversation at all. Did he give you any justification as to why he was doing this?
And the way they did that was wrong.
Why was it wrong, Mumtaz?
Orders from the court.
Basically, he had time till 17th of November. Basically, he had time till 17th November. This was what he conveyed to us on 3rd of April. And now when I heard the conversation which was going on, this is not on a street. This cross is on a private land. It is not on the street. There is no development which is taking place there. This is a general thing. The list which was there earlier, it was changed. Certain new structures were added into that. And suddenly this list has come in which these legal crosses are being put. And the whole thing is what these officers are saying, that the list was given to the court by the officers who were before us. Now, if we want to get this list, this crosses out of the list, you all have to approach the court. We cannot tell the court that you get this out. So you have to go to the court. So we are ready to go to the court. That's what we told them on 3rd of April. But this sudden action which he took, we cannot understand what's happened. We were not aware of it. Suddenly on the morning of the demolition, we came to know. On the spot we reached there itself. The police force was there. The officers came and they just broke it down. So we, the community, was talking to them. The caretakers of the cross were talking to them. Bombay Catholic Sabha is in this with us from 2003, and they were talking to them. We have got the correspondence which we have done with them. Everything is there. So like in a good atmosphere, everything was going on. But suddenly I don't know what happened, and we were not aware. We were shocked.
Swapnil Kothari, this is shocking. I'll tell you why. Because if the BMC can decide suddenly, despite the fact that the corporators who work with the BMC have said this is legal, I'm offering you the papers, take a look at the paperwork, this is on private land, they've gone out and demolished it anyway. How many rules have been broken? How many rights have been violated here?
First of all, the BMC has acted outside the parameters of its own jurisdiction for the simple reason that the court orders are very clear and specific. This is something which they have, if they have prepared the list, I repeat that point, if that cross is not that in that list, then how do you go and demolish? 1. 2, you have issued notices. People have made representations to the fact that this is a legal cross, it's on private land. Still thereafter, you do not follow the principles, you do not follow the principles of discretion, and you go ahead and demolish that. You also advise the people that please go to the court and try to get this cross removed. Cross removed from where? This cross is not there in the list. So the question of getting it removed doesn't arise.
Yes.
So innumerable rules and regulations have been flouted by the BMC of its own act. It has not followed it. And Faith, there is one more thing that I'd like to point out. There is a particular section 515A which was inserted where the demolition orders cannot be challenged in a civil court. Now, just for the benefit of the viewers, you know, it cannot be challenged in civil court in the sense that you cannot go to any court lower than the High Court for any compensation or redress, but you can go only to the High Court for a writ jurisdiction, meaning to get that notice squashed. So I think what the BMC is doing is it's resting under that particular 515A and saying that, hey, you know, at the most, what is going to happen? I don't have to, make any redress or compensation. So probably that is something which is.
But if it's on private land, then it steps on the toes of a lot of basic rights in this country.
Yes, it steps on. Absolutely, it's a right to property, which is not unfortunately a fundamental right, but it's nevertheless is a civil right which people have. So it's a private property, and maybe it's. I would still say it's right to privacy, because it's at the end of the day, if it's within my house, that particular cross on a private land, then it's violated that right to privacy. If I want to stretch that argument,
Nicholas,
Madam, you tell me from 2002, the ward officers are giving for one single cross 6 to 7 times notices. Why?
Despite all of the paperwork being handed over to them.
Once you give a paperwork, you have to keep it in order. Supreme Courts, this matter has gone up to the Supreme Courts, and these ward officers and the maintenance officers have thrown all our paper into waste paper baskets. Every now and then a new officer comes, he saying, a notice hai, aap chipka dalte cross pe, and they saying you produce your papers again. Producing my paper now and then. Now, if the ward officer really had some sense, he would have gone to the city survey office,
and he would have looked at the
property
papers.
card,
absolutely,
taken a note from them that whether this is coming inside or not, and then there would be justification.
Right, I want to bring in Rubair Khan. I know you want to come in, and a lot of times in Bandra, the streets are so narrow that a car can barely pass through that street. So, was this street being marked for widening? What was the purpose of this demolition? Were they doing any sort of development there? Were they hoping that somehow they could like bring a car in or make it wider, make it motorable? What were they trying to do?
No work is going on there.
Go ahead.
The question is for me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Basically, there is no work going on there. There is nothing, no planning is there. No development issue is there. Nothing. It's just a street. It's the width of the street is just 14 to 16 feet. And there is nothing. It's usual as it was. And nothing was there. No changes were there. They just took up this demolition. And I would like to say one more thing. They were talking about the court order. I told them, we all told them to interpret the court order. In fact, it is clearly mentioned that you have to sit and amicably talk with the people, the residents who are responsible for these structures. First of all, that is very clearly mentioned. You have to sit down, talk with them, come out with a solution. But this didn't happen. Now, I will just cite you an example. 1.5 years back, Campa Cola was going on in Worli.
Yes.
The courts said it has to be demolished. High Court said it has to be demolished. Supreme Court said it has to be demolished. But the people's sentiments, the government took the sentiments into consideration, and till today that structure is standing.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, there are two things here. One is, one is the legality of the structure, the other, the sentiment of the people, and the fact that you can have, like we are doing this evening, ladies and gentlemen, have a calm conversation about this, irrespective of the sentiments attached. We can have a calm, collected conversation about this. Sanjay Prabhakar of the BJP is here. We can talk about it. We can reach an amicable solution. There is no need to roll in with a crane or a bulldozer and tear down structures that you have absolutely no right to do. Hazel Pinto is on the phone line from Malad. Hazel, go ahead. Hazel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
The place where we stay, the full footpaths are full with vendors and, all these vegetable people and all, and we literally walk on the road. So the BMC should know what is legal and what is illegal. If they are really worried about legal, they should, they should
demolish these.
Yes, yes. If the BMC was really, and this is a very good point that Hazel's making on the show, if the BMC was really serious about cracking down hard on what is illegal, there are plenty of illegal structures in this in this city, some of which are owned by movie stars. That if you really were serious, we'd like to see you come down cracking hard on it. Bring out your real muscle. Move the hawkers off the streets so people have place to walk. Clean up the streets. Clean up the pavements. Clean up the open spaces. Give the citizens their city back. But no, that's not what you're focusing on right now. Swapnil?
Yes, Faye, this point which has been raised by Hazel, directly, is concomitant to the order of the Supreme Court in this PIL, which, Mr. Almira mentioned that, and the other PIL is of 173 of 2010, which I remember the number correctly, is by Mr. Mahesh Bedekar, where, there was this whole PIL of, noise pollution, etc. And in this particular, there is this reference made to these illegal shrines after 29 September 2009. And in that, the court was tackling noise pollution, firecrackers, loudspeaker systems, religious, illegal shrine, religious establishments which have been put up during the festivities, So at that point, in this, there was this particular order. So what I'm trying to say is that if the court, in fact, reiterated the fact that the right to have regular roads without any of these impediments of hawkers, etc., is a fundamental right enshrined under Article 21. So taking that cue, it should have done that.
Well said, well said. It is our fundamental right to be able to walk down the street without being run over. And if you were really cared about what was illegal and what was not, that is the first thing you would clean up. Nimal is on the phone line from Delhi. Nimal, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Now, what I wanted to say was that if even for that there's that 1% chance that it was illegal, it was incumbent on the BMC to sit with the residents, and there's a process. You have to deconsecrate an area. You just can't push it down. You deconsecrate. You sit with the Christian residents, with the priests, and you relocate it. You don't have to just go and knock it down. I mean, I know in the West, churches which are no longer churches are deconsecrated.
Right. So that is the same thing that we're saying, that you need to have a clear conversation, a calm conversation, and offer solutions. Come up with solutions. In fact, our reporters went out, both of Mirror Now and of Times Now, which is our sister concern, and spoke to the people there who were extremely worried and extremely hurt. Listen to what they had to say.
Cross was being broken. Where were the MLAs? Where was anybody for us at that time? There was nobody at that time. And now they're coming to say that they're going to build a cross. What is the meaning of this? We don't want their aid to build a cross. We ourselves can do it.
This should not happen, not only to this cross which has happened here, it should not happen to any other cross, because we as Indians have lived so peacefully. So we should continue living peacefully and respecting each other's religion and sentiments.
The fact is that it's a cross that is on private property. This is the first thing. It's not on the public road. And it's also a cross that has been existing for a long period of time. We have old photographs and evidence. And it should not have gone under this particular court order, which talks about illegal structures, religious structures on public lands. This is on private land. And we had provided all evidence to the officer at the AMC. Well before he served us a notice, we gave him 2 replies, both of which have not been taken cognizance of.
I married in 1958, 10th of May, and that is the time when this cross was there. So it must be that it has been here for a long time, longer than when I married. And that, I think, covers a lot. I don't really know why it was broken down, but I hope they will restructure it again.
One must appreciate the sentiment of those people who are hoping in peace that the BMC will start a conversation with them and find a solution. Savio Gonzalez joins us right now. He's a citizen of the area which has seen this demolition. Savio, tell us what the citizens are saying at this point, and what are you expecting right now from the government and the BMC?
Yes. Well, the citizens of this area are totally disturbed. They are sad that this century-old cross has been pulled down within a few hours, and today we have no cross Yes, we do gather every day around the cross at 8 p.m. sharp, saying the rosary. We are totally disturbed by this incident that has taken place.
What are your expectations
such a
right
short
now?
time, this
Savio,
cross
what are
is
your
pulled down.
expectations right now from the
And
government? Do you expect the BMC
Yeah,
to reinstate the structure?
Yeah.
Are you expecting an apology? What do you want?
Exactly. That's what first thing we want, an apology. Not only an apology, but we want this AMC to be transferred, not only transferred, but to be suspended from public office, because he has taken the law in his own hands. He has done something very wrong, because he has desecrated, not only demolished and desecrated this cross, which is on private property. We want this cross to be reinstated in its same original place.
Right. Go ahead, Nicholas, and then Swapnil.
The month of May, all over India, before the cross, we have a rosaries. A special month, the whole month of May.
Right.
Every cross.
But you know, Nicholas, I want you to focus on the legality of it. I know that it's very easy. So let me just make a statement here to our viewers. I know that it's very, very easy to get washed up in the sentiment of what this means. I beseech you, everyone who's watching right now, to focus on the legality of the issue. We're focusing on this channel purely on the legality of the issue. If the BMC has rolled in and destroyed or demolished something on private property, which means tomorrow it could be your home, it could be my home. And we've seen these happen in other cities. We saw it happen in the city of Bangalore, where the BBMP was demolishing homes that they believed were standing on canals, or what they call Rajkalves in Bangalore. And there were people who went to work and came back in the evening and found half of their homes were gone. And they had not, they believed, received notices. The BBMP was not giving them notices out of fear that they might go to court and get a stay. So we have to, as people across all cities, simply focus on the legality. We cannot allow any government body right now to believe that they're above the law, to believe that because they have some court notice and they have some list, they can put 2 and 2 together and break whatever they want to break. Now, there's enough work for the BBMP and the BMC and the Delhi MCDs to do. There's garbage on our streets. We'll have water flooding in our streets in the next 1 month. Then none of them are ready for the monsoon. What are you doing is my question. Why are you breaking the law? Shouldn't you have a process in right now? Shouldn't you have digitized records that you can check on your phones or your laptops or your iPads that tell you what is legal and what is not? Are you telling me in this day and age of digital India that you cannot tell in the BMC that something is legal? That this is the sort of behavior that we have to put up with from the people who run our city? It's appalling. I don't care about the sentiment right now. I'm focusing on the legality, and I ask you all at home right now to focus on the legality. That is crystal clear. The law in our country is unbiased and crystal clear. Swapnil Kothari.
Yes, I entirely agree with you. That was absolutely substantive, to the point, and very appropriate. My recommendation to the Almeida Park residents, now that this has happened, let the BMC take care of its own ward officer who did this and penalize him or take whatever action. That is one aspect. I'm more interested in the redressal of it. So that is trying to bring the cross back. What I would recommend to the Almeida Park residents is to approach the Bombay High Court. Do not approach the BMC in this. Approach the Bombay High Court and ask for 2 things. First of all, that a legal structure has been illegally demolished without following the due process of law. So let it be replaced or reinstated. 1, simply on the basis of that something legal has been taken out. 2, under Article 25, which is freedom of religion, since you all mentioned the fact that, you all count rosaries, etc., and all those things, and definitely that cross had a religious sentiment to it in that sense. So approach the court of law on the second count. First, make the legal aspect of it. Second, make the religious aspect of it, saying that it's my freedom of religion which has been trampled upon by and bulldozed upon by the BMC with utter callousness. And seek permission from the court that if your lordships are not willing to direct the BMC at this point in time to reinstate this by issuing a writ of mandamus, then let us do it on our own. So once that order comes, that we have the permission from the court, then the BMC will not come again and demolish it. So this is something which you all should do at the earliest.
Mumtaz Khan has a hand up. Mumtaz Khan, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing to my friend's conversation. Whatever he said, just one more thing, that after this, after allowing them to make the BMC makes the cross and gives them, they also have to give in writing that henceforth they are not allowed to do such things again. No cross or any holy place.
It's unwritten. It's unwritten. Mumtaz Khan, just to tell you, this is something which they will never give it to you in writing for the simple reason that this is part of the law. They are not supposed to do it anyway. They have done something which is outside the parameters of their own jurisdiction.
Yes. Sanjay Prabhakar, I want to bring in Sanjay Prabhakar right now. Sanjay Prabhakar, it is very important if we look at the basis of our democracy that citizens and government work together. And I think one of the terrible things that has fallen apart here is the fact that that process was not followed, that citizen and government did not have a conversation. And even the representatives of the citizen, which is the local corporator who's meant to represent the citizen in the BMC, was not given a year by the BMC.
जी देखिए, ये मामला सालों से चल रहा है और जो अभी जो कार्रवाई हुई है और जिसे आप बता रही हैं और जो सबूत दिए जा रहे हैं कि ये लीगल था, इसके साथ ही और भी धार्मिक स्थल तोड़े गए हैं, हिंदुओं के, मुस्लिम्स के, पता नहीं तोड़े हैं नहीं, कई हिंदू मंदिरों को तोड़ा गया है, तो ये क्रॉस तोड़ा गया है। तो ऐसे कई धार्मिक स्थल जो है जिन्हें इलीगल बताया गया है और तोड़ा जा रहा है। और अगर लीगल है तो उसके सबूत दिए जाएं और अदालत में मामला जाएगा और जो जिसने गलत किया उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होगी। ये सीधी सी बात है, मामला अदालत का है, कानून से बड़ा कोई नहीं है। कानून से बड़ा कोई नहीं है। देखिए, ये मामला राजनीति का नहीं है, मामला प्रशासन का है, शासन का है, अदालत का है। तो अगर किसी ने गलती की है तो उसे कानून के हाथों जाना पड़ेगा और जिसने कार्रवाई सही तरीके से की है तो इसमें कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
Gerald Lee is on the phone line from Pune. Gerald Lee, go ahead very quickly.
Good evening, ma'am.
नहीं आप Gerald Lee, go ahead very quickly.
Yeah. Madam, my question is, if the cross is illegally or legal? So
yes.
I have faith in the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. So I'd like him to ask for a CBI inquiry.
Yes. That's.
Yeah, madam, if the cross is illegally or legal, so let the Chief Minister call for a CBI inquiry on this. So the truth will come out.
Right. Sanjay?
मैं एक बात आपके माध्यम से लोगों तक भी बताना चाहता हूं, प्रशासन तक भी बताना चाहता हूं कि हम मुंबई की बात कर रहे हैं तो मुंबई के फुटपाथों पे देखिए, क्रॉस से अलग होकर बात कर रहा हूं कि मुंबई के फुटपाथों में पिछले 20 साल, 25 साल, 5 साल में कई ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्स बन गए हैं, मंदिर बना दिए गए हैं और भी छोटे छोटे बना दिए गए हैं। अगर कोई गरीब आदमी अपना चौल, अपनी झोपड़ी 1 फुट ऊपर लेता है या थोड़ा सा बाहर करता है, उस पर तुरंत लोग तोड़ने आ जाते हैं। तो ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्स कैसे बढ़ने लग जाते हैं, बनने कैसे देते हैं आप?
Absolutely.
तो इसमें बीएमसी के जो अधिकारी हैं, क्या उनको वो बातें नजर नहीं आती हैं? वो इतने साल से कैसे बनते चले गए? अगर कोई गरीब आदमी अपना घर 1 फुट ऊपर ले लेता है, उस पर तुरंत आ जाते हैं, बनाते वक्त आते हैं। तो ऐसे धार्मिक स्थल जो है, जो इलीगल बनाए गए हैं, अब आप बता रहे हैं इलीगल है, जो प्रशासन की तरफ से बताया जा रहा है इलीगल है, तो ये बना कैसे?
Right, and you know, I have to wrap up this conversation. I want to wrap up this conversation on one point. There is nothing greater and bigger and purer than the law in our country, and the law is very, very clear. The citizens are very clear about the fact that they will approach the courts regarding this particular action. And my appeal to people across the country, it's about what is legal and what is not legal. If there is an activity that you believe that the government has gone ahead and done that breaks the law, then the law is on your side. And I want to also point out to you that if you get in touch with us, and my contact details are on your screen, get in touch with us about this sort of activity where you believe that a building has been demolished, that rights have been trampled upon, that something has happened which is illegal. If it is illegal, we will stand by your side, because on this channel we are very clear about one thing: the law stands above everybody else, be it state or central or city government, and the law is meant to guide and to protect the rights of average regular citizens like you and me. The law is on our side. Legality is above all else. And we will track this story very closely to see what, in fact, the Municipal Commissioner's investigation reveals, what action will be taken by the BMC against those officials who went out and broke the law in broad daylight. And finally, what judgment will the High Court give in this matter? Thanks for watching.